Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to AdriRaven, who you may know better as Dame Adriana. Thanks for your support, Adri. That said, let's get started.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
And welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. We're jumping right into things today as we head on a short quest out in the Cove. We've basically got two goals here today. First of all, we're here to hunt down the thing from the stars and hopefully harvest its crystals. Second, we're here to cure Karel von Gruenig, mostly because we need more uninfected healers. I can't keep using Commissar Moody for everything. Anyway, let's meet our heroes. Dame Adriana. Mr. Nightmare. Cavendish. Karel von Gruenig. Alright, let's get this started. Nice, not bad at all. One of the biggest things we're going to need to do before we can start making runs on the Baron's mansion again is a decent stock of gold. It's basically just one big gold sink. Of course, the other problem is we keep having to do blood runs. Ever since the latest round of balance patches, we haven't been able to keep enough in stock to keep up with all of our infected recruits. Speaking of which... Okay, seems like a pretty straightforward fight. Let's try that again.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Can't afford to get anyone else infected. We need to take these guys out a whole lot faster.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
That's one down. Let's go for the gatekeeper again. Can't reliably stun him, so let's go for a blight instead.
Obliterated.
Lovely. That just leaves this guy.
Destroyed. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, we've got another fight ahead of us, so fingers crossed. Go for the stun. Fantastic. Let's go for the guy with the buff.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Oh, he did not like that. That's fine.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, let's go for the guy in the third row. Very nice.
A death by inches.
Well, the caster's dead, so let's focus on the Guardian.
Precision and power. The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Wow, we are chewing through these guys. Let's hope we can keep up this pace. Of course, we're also already out of inventory space, so we'll have to start juggling things. As for this thing, I think we just need to touch it, but I can't say that for certain. Well, we'll take our chances. Stress heal. Didn't really need it, but that's fine. Moving on. Can't spare any more shovels right now, but we may come back for that. Oh, but we can definitely use this. Let's take a look at our quirks here. Okay, I think Carol could stand to use some quick coral therapy. Nice. That wasn't one of the big ones, but we're certainly better off without it.
A lurching composition of otherworldly death.
Well, that's what we're here for. Let's hope we don't regret it.
A singular strike.
That's a really nice start. This thing's almost invincible once we get it down past half health, so we need to stack DOTs on it as much as possible. Damn. Alright, let's keep at it. Nice. And here come the aberrations. We always have to kill those things before the end of the turn. Very nice. Oh, dog treats. I always forget those exist. Alright, let's go for an area attack.
Another one falls.
Okay. So far, so good. Keep it up. Oh, it actually worked.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
Yeah, let's avoid that. Very nice. Alright, we've almost got this thing.
Devastating blow. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Alright. All things considered, that went very well. We've already got one of these things, but yeah, we'll take that. Okay, that was our primary goal here, but let's finish the quest. We also need to cure Carol, but we'll put that off right until the end. Still can't spare any shovels.
The blood quickens.
Alright, let's start shuffling.
Annihilated.
Nicely done, Adriana. Whew. Okay, alright. There we go. Alright, let's wrap this up.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Soothed. Sedated.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
That was a little obnoxious, but nothing we couldn't handle. Still got a ways to go, though.
Back to the pit.
Nice. We're definitely on a roll here.
Decimated.
Well, there you have it. Ooh, I don't like that.
Masterfully executed.
Okay, let's toss out some healing.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
I'm sure Darkest Dungeon has something terrible planned for us, but I'm just enjoying the ride for now.
A fortune, waiting to be spent.
Definitely don't want to leave those behind. Can't dump the food. Let's get rid of that invitation. I'm pretty sure we've already got like 20 of them. Okay, halfway point.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Damn it. Well, I brought that on myself, I suppose.
Well struck.
Eradicated. Begone, fiend. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
At least I actually got some blood out of this one. That's the whole reason I keep clicking on these things. Let's go ahead and cure Carol now. That'll free up a space in our inventory. Welcome back, Carol. For however long it lasts. There goes the last of our food. Let's hope it's enough.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
I will say it's refreshing to see so many fishmen in the cove. They usually get displaced by all the vampires.
Executed with impunity.
Alright, let's go for that caster.
Impressive.
A powerful blow.
Very nice. Very nice.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. This expedition at least promises success.
Let's work off a little more frustration here. Sorry, bandits. Wrong place, wrong time.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Yeah, thanks, narrator. Alright, let's start dumping supplies now. We will hold on to those herbs, though, just in case. Oh, hey, would you look at that? I swear, if Carol gets infected again, I'm going to lose it. So close. No, thank you. I do not want that. Okay, that's fine.
The ground quakes.
Nice. One more.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Jeez, this game. Darkest Dungeon will be the death of me.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Bad Gambler. Not the ideal quirk to remove, but that does save us several thousand gold. Alright guys, I think we've pushed our luck about as far as we can afford to. Let's head home.
The pungent odor abates. The things are driven back, for a time.
Modest gold gain, but that is a huge stack of relics, which is actually something we needed. Interesting. It's been a strange day for poor Adriana. Welcome back to mortality, Carol. Here's a deadly disease. Oh, Darkest Dungeon, you scamp. Alright, well, all things considered, I can actually live with these results. We could actually use an infected crusader for our courtyard runs. Anyway, let's get back to the Hamlet. These were strange times. Hope and despair came hand in hand, and every victory was bittersweet. I was alerted to the expedition's return by Cavendish, who gleefully reported the party's success. They had indeed encountered the thing from the stars, or something very like it at least. A twisted fusion of crystal, carrion, and living lightning which had attacked them on sight. But, in the end, our recruits had made short work of the beast. Cavendish darted off soon afterwards, pockets laden with his glowing prizes, eager to resume his research. I spied him sometime later, consorting with one of the strange new merchants who had arrived in the wake of the recent disasters. But I decided it was best not to pry into the plague doctor's personal business. Still, despite the doctor's unsettling glee, I couldn't help but notice that the hamlet was still gloomy and overcast, despite our recent victory. The recruits were uneasy, the villagers unsettled, and it didn't take me long to get to the root of the problem. Carol had been cured of the Crimson Curse, a minor miracle in its own right, but one that was tainted by the new infection that surged through Dame Adriana's veins. The Crusader took it remarkably well, assuring me that she had long dealt with one curse, so what was one more? And yet, I couldn't help but wonder just how long she would maintain that stubborn optimism. As for Carol, her situation was complicated. Already, she had been locked away in the depths of the sanitarium for proper observation. The Crimson Curse had been lifted, but it had still left its mark, and it would take the Vestal quite some time to fully recover from her ordeal. Assuming she ever did. Already, ugly rumors were swirling about just how she had managed to accomplish this feat, yet I was uncertain if she was truly to blame. The Vestal Order had already rallied around their vulnerable sister, assuring me that they had in fact granted her permission to test the cure. The confusion was blamed on the suddenness of the field trial and a simple miscommunication with the rest of our researchers. As with so many things, I decided it was best not to pry. What was done and the matter was settled. A much greater concern, however, was the simple fact that we were not moving forward. If anything, this had simply proven just how unsustainable our situation truly was. Rowan Church met with me soon afterwards, but it was already all but decided. We had thoroughly exhausted all of our options, all but one. Now, it was time to pay the Baron another visit. We had long resisted the Baron's repeated call to join his twisted games, but now we had no choice. If we were to return to the blood-soaked halls of his twisted labyrinth, then we would need to be ready for whatever that grinning fiend had lying in wait for us. I spared no expense in making certain that our recruits would be as prepared as humanly possible. Meanwhile, Rowan had set about gathering volunteers for his newfound project, a visit to the Baron, or Subject 40 as he had so neatly written in his notes. Croft would serve as his assistant and Dahl his scout, hunting the Baron through the halls of his own mansion. Ronwyn would serve as his enforcer, warding off the Baron's servants and forcefully collecting samples. There was a time once when I might have favored diplomacy over this brand of brute barbarity, but now we were fighting for our very humanity. In the face of that, the Baron, his servants, his silly games were all just another means to a bloody end.